Welcome to Verbal Warning. I'm your host, Big Verb, aka Scale_Nation on Twitter. I want to thank you guys, if you're a loyal subscriber, for checking me out, staying down, man, and waiting on me patiently for the season to crank off, man. And if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I'm bringing you all the Florida sports that I could possibly cover. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out the video. In this video is, of course, we celebrating the Miami Dolphins undefeated. 1-0, we leading the division right now, man. The Buffalo Bills take a L to Pittsburgh Steelers, and we've had to go up to Boston to take care of the New England Patriots, man. We appreciate everybody that's supporting the Miami Dolphins, all these channels, all these podcasts that are, running for the Dolphins and showing love for the Miami Dolphins and repping the crib, man. We all one accord, man. We want to cover a few things and talk about exactly the big news and the discrepancies that everybody's having. Shout out to my boy. And the big news is Tua and Mac Jones going at it. Alabama quarterbacks going head to head. Also, the play of the Miami Dolphins defense. Also, where is this going to take us? What does this say about the future? Diving straight in, we're going to talk about the matchups. And then we're also going to talk about Flores' his press conference today that he did. I like to talk about the game after I get the press conference from the coach, once he looks at the film and gets kind of an intake of what he saw. Hearing this press conference of what he said today was pretty much what we saw. A lot of tough questions were asked about the offensive line, and he said that we're going to get better. He also said that Austin Jackson is going to remain the left tackle for the Miami Dolphins. Looking at the game, the offensive line is kind of far from where we wanted to be, as far as all the draft picks and all the equity that they put inside that offensive line, as far as drafting Austin Jackson in the first round and Kinley in the latter rounds and Robert Hunt in the second or the third round, and just spending money on guys, shipping guys out, and just trying to get that line to be a sufficient group. It still looks like a work in progress. I like the fact that Tua made it happen with the offensive line not being together, with the offensive line being even younger than him. Some of the guys, he made it happen, and we can't do nothing but give Tua his kudos, because that's a tough thing to do. Guys tripping guys up. Guys missing blocks, guys just wandering down the field. Solid McKinley just wandering down the field. We had a lot of mishaps with that offensive line, but the Dolphins still find a way to pull it off. And we're going to use that one to go over to the defensive side of the ball and talk about how great the defense played. Not just good, but great, because with the mistakes that the offensive line was making, with the mistakes that Tua made, the drop pass, the defense still find a way to get turnovers. Eric Rose still find a way to, be a pest to the New England offense. Xavier Howard still being a force. Byron Jones not giving up a big play. Even Javon, the rookie from Oregon, number 8. I mean, just the plays that these guys made. That secondary, the sky's the limit how great they can be. We very impressed with what we saw with game 1. We undefeated, and a lot of it's contributed to that defense. Emmanuel Ogbah played a solid game. He caused a holding call. Phillips, the rookie from University of Miami, he's doing what he can to get acclimated to the speed and to the strength of the NFL. We like that Flores, gave him a couple consistent reps. Jerome Baker playing solid. Eldon Roberts, that tough call with roughing the passer, because they said that he hit a little low. We don't, of course, as Dolphins, we don't agree with that. But in New England, they're not gonna miss any calls. Any opportunity they get to drop that flag, they're gonna drop it, and we know that. We know that as Dolphins, we've seen a lot of those wild plays. We've seen a lot of those missed calls, and everybody saw it. Even with Raekwon Davis going down early in the game, like, come on, okay, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we know what New England, puts on their bulletin board, and that's to try to get any advantage that they possibly can. The Dolphins find a way to come through and get the dub. We're proud of those guys, and we're happy that they did. Tua versus Mac Jones. This is something everybody's talking about. I have not heard anyone give the advantage to Tua. I have not heard anyone say that Tua was the victor as far as statistically at the quarterback position. Matt Jones played solid, but again, I'm saying the echo and the same thing. A lot of dinking and dunking to me, it was nothing impressive. And he really doesn't have a wide receiver core like that to say, okay, why didn't he go to this guy? Or he really was trying to stay away from Xavier Howard and stay out of the, out of the way of Byron Jones. So just dinking and dunking, hitting the tight ends here and there, and just moving the ball like that. Just just slightly tapping the gas. That was the safest way he could go about it, because the Dolphins do cause turnovers, and he didn't throw a pick, but we still caused a fumble. He did as best as he could. I think that's the only way they could have even been in the game, is if he dink and dunk the ball. If they would have tried to go deep, or if they would have tried to take shots, I do believe that the Dolphins would have caused more turnovers. I do think an interception would have happened. But he did well. He followed the game plan. Obviously, he didn't make any major mistakes, throwing any pick sixes, anything along those lines. So he gave the Patriots a fighting chance. I always say, I tell all my partners, they call me about it, talk about what do I think about New England, and I just say that New England's pass rush is gonna get tougher. They're gonna get better as the season go on. They got Judah, they got they got Uche, they got Hightower. I'm calling Uche. A lot of people not talking about Uche, but Uche is gonna be a force for the Patriots, man. And he made a big play this weekend. They got a lot of young guys that they're gonna use in a lot of different ways. They know that Brady's watching their film weekly. So they're really trying to get that Brady Bowl situated. But in the meantime, in between time, they had to take that L this weekend. We want to give a big shout out to Flores, man, and what he did as far as allowing all the players to contribute. Mac Hollins and and Gaskins and Ahmed and all those guys at the running back position and the offensive side of the ball, and also the special team side of the ball. We know that Jakeem Grant will be involved a lot more as the season goes on. But talking about the transforming over to the wide receiver core, we really seen a heavy dose of Waddle, a heavy dose of Devontae Parker. What a game by Devontae Parker, man. Way to keep his nose in there, way to make those slant plays happen, way to keep drives alive and keep the team in the best position possible. Tua did what he was supposed to do. A lot of those plays, he learned a lot from Fitzpatrick, and a lot of that was put out on the field, man. And that just goes back to the Tua and Matt Jones matchup. Tua did great. He did what he was supposed to do offensively, which was, move the ball and follow the game plan. He took us out in the opening drive and got in the end zone. He took us out in the second half and got in the end zone. So if you ask me personally, I'm saying Tua had the better game. He did what it took to get in there and get 6 every time. Every time the half of the game kicked off, he got down there and got in the end zone. Mac Jones, it could be the offensive style, but he couldn't get in the end zone but one time. So I got to give that advantage to Tua. Once the heavier you gamble, the heavier you win. The bigger you gamble, the bigger you lose. So this is a learning lesson for Matt Jones and a learning lesson for the fans, watching in New England. Just like we're learning every week as Tua grows. Big dub for the Dolphins, man. Special shout out to Big Cuz, man. We're going to say he sponsored the video. Big shout out to Cuz, man, and a lot of people just reaching out to me, telling me to keep the videos coming. Verbal Warning is the show. I'm your host, Big Verb. My take, Dolphins 1-0, undefeated, division leaders. Let's go. Fins up, baby.